Okay, we've got what I think is a really quite difficult question here for question 13. So it says here are two cuboids. You can see there A, which is x add 2 times 2x minus 1 times x minus 1, and B, which is x add 3, 2x, and x minus 3. All lengths are measured in centimetres. The volume of cuboid A is 142 greater than the volume of cuboid B. Work out the value of x, and it's worth 5 marks. So the first thing we need to do is work out what is the volume of A, and then what is the volume of B. Okay, so that's just expanding a triple bracket to work out the volume of A. So I've worked out 2x minus 1 times x minus 1. So I write down my grid for these two. So that's going to go to 2x times by x is 2x squared. 2x times minus 1 is minus 2x. Minus 1 times x is minus x, and minus 1 times minus 1 is x. Collecting like terms, I get 2x squared minus 3x squared, minus 3x rather, plus 1. So that there is the answer to that double bracket expanded. I then write the other bracket down the side of it and work out what that is. So x times 2x cubed is 2x cubed. X times 2x squared is 2x cubed. X times minus 3x is minus 3x squared. X times 1 is x. 2 times 2x squared is 4x squared. 2 times minus 3x is minus 6x. 2 times 1 is 2. Collecting like terms, 2x cubed. 4 take away 3 is just 1, so 1x squared. Minus 6 add x is minus 5x, and then plus 2 on its own on the end. So that is our volume of A expression. Now, the volume of B. So we've got 2x times x add 3 times x minus 3. So let's do this double bracket first. That's going to go to x squared minus 3x plus 3x minus 9. They will cancel, plus 3x and minus 3x, giving us x squared minus 9 as the answer to those two brackets. Let's write the other bracket down the side, 2x. So we're going to have 2x times x squared is 2x cubed, and 2x times minus 9 is minus 18x. So that is our expression for our volume of B. Now, A is 142 centimetres bigger than B. So that means that the volume of A take away the volume of B is 142. So we write down our expression that we got here for our volume of A, 2x cubed add x squared minus 5x add 2. We subtract the expression we got for the volume of B, 2x cubed minus 18. Now be careful, because I think this is where people could make a mistake here. When you remove this bracket, that minus is going to change into a plus. I bet a lot of people would make a mistake and leave that as a minus there. So be super careful. When there's a minus in front and you remove your brackets, you've got to be very, very careful. Okay, so we have 2x cubed plus x plus minus 5x add 2, and it's going to be minus 2x cubed plus 18x. So let's simplify that. So 2x cubed minus 2x cubed, they cancel. And we've just got an x squared, so we write that down. We've got minus 5x add 18x is 13 plus 13x. And then 2 take away 142 is minus 140. So that all boils down to this quadratic, which we've now got to solve. So we're looking for two numbers that times together to make minus 140, but add together to make 13. And I've thought it might be minus 7 and plus 20. Let's check that out. So minus 7 times plus 20 does indeed make minus 140, and minus 7 add 20 does in fact make plus 13. So that's the correct factor pair, minus 7 and 20. So it's x minus 7, x add 20 equals 0. So our two solutions are x equals 7 and x equals minus 20. Now, we have to get rid of this solution because you can see that one of the sides is just 2x. So you can't have the length of a side that is going to be minus 40. It makes no sense. So we need to get rid of that solution, and we're only going to go with the 7. So x is equal to 7 centimetres. Quite a tricky question. Lots of ways that students could go wrong there, I think. Not least of which these dropping signs here. The idea that that take away that equals 142. And there's lots of places you can make mistakes in that question. All right, the last question, well, the next question is question 14, the last one I'm going to do in this video. And this is a non-calculator paper, remember, so it's exact trig values here. So you've got to remember your exact trig values. So what's going on here? So we've got a triangle and we've got to work out the length AB. So if I just call that side AB, now you can see we've got one matching pair. What do I mean by a matching pair? We've got a side and an angle opposite. And we're trying to find something out about another matching pair, another side and an angle opposite. And when you have that pattern, that is the sine rule that we're going to be using. So we're going to say that AB over sine 45 is equal to 3 root 2 over sine 30. So that's the pattern that we're going to use for the sine rule. Now, I think the most useful way of remembering your exact trig values are these two triangles. And I know there's all kinds of weird and wonderful ways and things that involve counting on your fingers, and some fingers go up and some fingers go down, all kinds of things, I know. But basically, I think this is the best way. So I've got a little isosceles triangle here, okay, that has side 1. So 1, 1, and the hypotenuse is root 2. And I've got an equilateral triangle here that's 2, 2, 2. And you just draw a line down the middle, and that's 1, and that's 1. And then using Pythagoras in this little triangle here, this side is going to be that squared take away that squared. So 4 take away 1, so it's root 3 is that height there. And those two triangles, and again using Pythagoras, 1 squared add 1 squared is 2, and the square root of that is root 2. Now these two triangles help us to work out all the exact trig values that we need to know. So what have we got? We have got AB over sine 45. So if I go from this angle here, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, so 1 over root 2. So I've got AB over 1 over root 2, because sine of 45 is 1 over root 2. Is equal to 3 root 2 over sine 30. So I'm going in this triangle here, from this angle, sine is opposite, which is that angle there, that side there rather, over hypotenuse, which is 2. So sine 30 is a half. So that is a half. So now we can cross multiply. That times that equals that times that. So 3 root 2 times 1 over root 2, they're going to cancel and just give us 3. And then a half times AB is a half AB. So we have 3 equals a half AB. So times everything by 2, and we have the final answer that AB is 6. So quite a nice question, but tricky. Both of those, questions 13 and 14 in this video, were tricky. Okay, I hope you're finding those helpful. Remember, if you're finding these videos useful, if you could like and subscribe to the channel, that's going to help me keep on making more videos moving forward. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.